So why are Jax Forrest and Vito Arujau wrestling now? Why are they wrestling on July 14th? Why didn't they have that match during Final X? I'm going to get into that, a preview for this matchup, and just how you can watch and how exciting this matchup is going to be. First thing you got to know, Vito Arujau is a returning world medalist. That puts you in a very elite category in terms of Team USA. And you get some preferential treatment because of that distinction. So Vito Arujau, by being a 2024 world medalist, has the opportunity to delay the wrestle-off. We've seen this in other circumstances in the past. Kyle Dake did it in 2019. Helen Maroulis has done it. And we've seen it with some other wrestlers requesting that delay for health reasons. And it's got to be legit reasons. It's got to be from the doctor, and it's got to be vetted by whatever. And so Vito Arujau, recovering from surgery and injury, whatever, requested that. So instead of wrestling during Final X, it got kicked down to this a week from today. As I'm shooting this, July 14th is the day they are going to wrestle. Now, any other wrestler, if you're not a returning world medalist, you don't get this. Final X is when Final X is, and you have to wrestle. Vito Arujau doesn't have to do that, which means Jax Forrest, Vito, they have to agree on the date. They agree July 14th. That works. We're gonna wrestle then. They're gonna wrestle a 2 out of 3 series at Fargo on Monday, July 14th, starting at 4:50 Eastern. Okay, is match 1. Remember, it's a 2 out of 3 series going down at Fargo. So match 1 and then match 2 is set to start at 6 o'clock Eastern. And if there is a match 3, it will begin 30 minutes after the conclusion of match 2. So write this down, get it in your calendar. Monday, July 14th, Jax Forrest versus Vito Arujau is going to go on starting at 4:50 Eastern. Kind of a random start time. I don't know why, but it's just true. That's when they're starting it. We'll let you know if that changes. It has already changed once, but I believe this is the agreed upon time. Which will be cool that it's going down at Fargo. Hopefully a bunch of high school kids will be there watching and cheering loud and creating kind of a cool atmosphere for this match. But it's an interesting matchup, and really going into Final X before the delay was requested, this was maybe the match I was the most excited for from a pure wrestling standpoint. You have the fearless, the young Jax Forrest, who's got this slide by and these leg attacks and this crazy counter scrambles, good parterre. He's kind of can wrestle from everywhere. He injects an element of chaos in his matches, and you just want to watch this kid wrestle. And the leaps he's been able to make in just a year have been really impressive. I mean, he won a field that had Marcus Blaze. He beat Seth Gross. He beat Ben Davino. He beat Nashawn Garrett and Austin DeSanto. I mean, incredibly difficult run for Jax Forrest to make it to Final X. But what's interesting for Jax is this is a guy who is still in high school. He has 1 year of high school remaining. And he's used to wrestling every couple weeks for years now. And now he's been shelved for, it's going to be like over 2 months without wrestling. Does that rust, I don't know if that's the word, or the lack of competition, does that factor in here at all? Whereas you have someone like Vito who's been able to like sit back, have gaps of time without competition, and show up and be excellent. Does that favor Vito, right? And what sort of match favors Vito versus favors Jax? I think if Vito has a strategy where he kind of waits, picks his spots, gets Jax a little frustrated and pressing a little bit, I think that can work against Jax Forrest and very much work for Vito Arujau. For Jax to win, I think he's got to have an element of chaos, an element of going for broke and working lots of exchanges and hoping he comes out on more on top of than Vito does. But what Vito brings to the table that Jax maybe doesn't quite have is that knockout punch. The ability to leg lace in the match. Jax has great parterre. Don't get me wrong. Don't misunderstand me. But I think without a doubt, Vito Arujau has the better knockout punch ability. And when you factor in Vito's ability to just, Vito has some matches where he's off. He lost to Sam Latona 2 years ago. And then last year, he lost to Ryan Crookham twice in the NCAAs. But when it was winning time, what did he do? He beat he beat Dayton Fix. He beat Roman Bravo Young. And then a year later, he beat Ryan Crookham after losing to him twice. And he beat Dayton Fix. This is just stuff he's been able to do. And then he wins the World Championships in 2023. And then 2024, he makes the team again, beating Marcus Blaze twice after another long layoff. Then he goes to the World Championships, and Ono's in a different category. He killed everybody. But then he beats Agoyev, the Olympic champion. So with not great health. So the health thing, it factors in, and it factors in your prognostication. Like, well, if Vito's not healthy, Jax, maybe it's Jax. But then what plants a seed of doubt in your mind for Jax is, well, this is a guy that's, when it matters most, healthy or not, he's just been a winner. He's come home with medals. He's made the teams. He won NCAAs. So that's what makes this matchup so very interesting. I love that it's getting a little extra attention. I hate that it wasn't a part of the spectacle that was Final X and that health played a role in that. But at the end of the day, I think we're going to be treated to 2, maybe 3 incredible matches. You can watch all the matches live on FloWrestling. If you sign up for an annual subscription, you get a free t-shirt between now and July 20th. So make sure you sign up for that. You're going to get Fargo. You're going to get the World Championships if you sign up now for an annual. You'll get all our college wrestling, our state championships, Super 32, Who's Number One, on and on and on. I could go on and on. But you're going to want to sign up. You're going to want to watch this match and many other matches. So that's it. But the ultimate question I'm going to leave you with is this. Who wins? Who makes the team? How many matches? Is it close? I want your predictions. Get them out there now before July 14th when this goes down.